On Wednesday, Governor Nikki Haley was before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee for her confirmation hearing to become the next ambassador to the United Nations.
Diplomacy itself is not new to me. In fact, I would suggest there is nothing more important to a governor's success than her ability to unite those with different backgrounds, viewpoints, and objectives behind a common purpose. For 6 years, that has been my work.
How will you avoid the conflict between your efforts at the UN and the Security Council and the President-elect's tweets, the positions that he's taken on many of the issues that will come before the United Nations?
NATO obviously has been an alliance that we value, an alliance that we need to keep. And I think that as we continue to talk to him about these alliances and how they can be helpful and strategic in the way that we move forward, I do anticipate that he will listen to all of us and hopefully that we can get him to see it the way we see it.
Speak to me about Mr. Putin and Russia.
What I'll tell you is Russia is trying to show their muscle right now. It is what they do. And I think we always have to be cautious. I don't think that we can trust them. I think that we have to make sure that we try and see what we can get from them before we give to them.
The Philippines have sanctioned extrajudicial killings.
Right.
Does that violate basic human rights?
It does, yes.
And you're prepared to speak up about that in the United Nations?
Yes, I am. I'm prepared to speak up on anything that goes against American values. And the American values is something that we should talk loudly about all the time to all countries.
Haley is expected to be easily confirmed by the United States Senate. That's why her final State of the State address last week focused on her achievements and difficulties of the past 6 years.
I will remember the willingness of the people in this room to step into someone else's shoes, find genuine understanding, remove a divisive symbol of an oppressive past, and move South Carolina forward.
Governor Haley obviously was very involved. She was very involved behind the scenes, but also publicly as well when she thought she needed to be. Yeah. We'll see how Governor McMaster gets involved in things. He certainly has a lot of ideas. He's a smart guy. We'll see how he decides to play that. Mm-hmm. But Governor Haley was very involved on both privately and publicly.
The new governor of South Carolina will find that these are priorities that we need to address to better serve the citizens of South Carolina, to give them a better life here and a better standard of living in South Carolina with issues such as Medicaid expansion, education, and the crumbling roads so that we can have great infrastructure for economic development and different things like that.
Lieutenant Governor Henry McMaster, who presides over the Senate, will soon become the next governor of South Carolina. The state Supreme Court ruled this week that a constitutional amendment for the governor to appoint the lieutenant governor does not take effect until 2018. That means the Senate President pro tem, Hugh Leatherman, will either need to resign or fill the vacancy, which he said he has no desire to do. Since the start of the legislative session on January 10th, lawmakers have outlined small steps to fix the state's $20 billion pension fund shortfall, which will require millions of dollars. House Republican leaders filed a bill this week to gradually increase the state's gas tax and other fees to fix crumbling, unsafe roads. A House corruption investigation has already ensnared one lawmaker, Charleston Representative James Merrill. If and when other indictments are announced is unknown, but the investigation remains ongoing.